Okay, no sound. Okay, I'm sorry. So what I was talking about here, I was just telling you that I took this entry depending on my phone. So I had no idea what was happening over there. Now when I came back, I have seen that it tapped to the high of this last parabolic gap over there. After tapping to the top of this last parabolic gap, then market started to go high. So I believe that it will work. I'm just expecting that it will work. And at the same time, I'm just telling you that this entry I just took to my phone. So please don't focus over here that much, because in my phone I have seen this is my market structure shift over here. That was the market structure shift, and I wanted to catch that move until this buy side liquidity. This is very clean buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, and I'm believing now market is actually going through this last parabolic gap and it is going toward that 50-minute liquidity. So I'm expecting market will expand higher now. It has done its lower job already. It has taken the liquidity around that area. That was the liquidity. Remember, market just made that liquidity, tap to this 50-minute last parabolic gap over here. Now it is going higher. That's why I'm believing that market is actually going through this last parabolic gap. It will take this buy side liquidity, then it will come here and take this buy. It will go through this one, and finally it will reach over there. At the same time, I'm not forgotten the time. It's the last hour of the morning session, so it can be so. Little different. Okay, that means it can use more time over here. What is called the time distortion. So it can do that on. If either way, I'm expecting it will reach, at least it will take this buy side liquidity. So after taking this buy side liquidity, maybe market will do some distortion or something, time distortion or something like that. So this is a low probable entry for me. I'm just trying to catch the move from the very obvious run. So here, that is the reason for taking this entry. This is the entry parabolic gap, you can see, and over here I have this last parabolic gap around that area. This is the last parabolic gap. What should be the breakaway gap? Okay, this one should be the breakaway gap. As I told, I'm able to frame a setup from here only if I see the reaction from the high of this parabolic gap. So in the morning session I talked about this. If you are with me over there, you know that already. So only if, look at these bodies, okay, because of the bodies, it's almost clear that market has been rejected from the top of this parabolic gap. So I'm just believing this is going to work and market is going at least this high. Now from looking here, it's really, let me put it over here, because I just put it from the phone through my phone, so it was little messy. Okay, now look over here. It looks so small, but it's not small actually. You can see it's near about 46 handle. Okay, so not bad. 46 handle is huge. Okay, trust me, it's huge. I'm believing this clean highs is going to be taken. That is the reason for taking this entry. In my life, I talked this already, but I'm gonna tell one more time because you didn't hear me. In my life, that was the area where the load shedding created and I was out. Okay, so here I told that this is not a clean market structure shift either way. As this last parabolic gap hold the price, how it hold? First reject from the low, I'm not convinced, then rejected from the constant encroachment. Remember what did I tell you from here, from 15-minute chart? If I see prices has been rejecting from the high for the first time, I'm not interested to take the buy. But if it reject from the constant encroachment for the first time, I'll be able to frame a buy setup without depending on new fair value gap for the first time. So this is first time. Okay, price has been rejecting from the constant encroachment, both from here and from 15-minute chart, both area rejecting from the constant encroachment of the 15-minute last fair value gap. I forced the market. What did I force? Just the market structure, the displacement. I forced just the displacement. So this is not a clean displacement. You can see this is the Mickey Mouse move, and I really don't like this type of move. But here I just force this displacement. Except the displacement, everything was perfect. Okay, so if you see this fair value gap over the, not that one, sorry, over here, this fair value gap, okay, over there, this is the fair value gap. Immediate reaction, as I told, I was in my phone, I was and because of the load shedding, when I opened it through my phone, market was already over there. So I have already uploaded the video to my Twitter. Then I marked this order block over there. That was the order block. A very nice, clean, perfect rejection from the order block. Look at over here. Now here, that was my target for the first time. Later I changed it until here. The reason was I was unable to put the partial, okay, I mean partial order through my phone. So I just closed it over there. That last parabola from 1 minute chart was my target for that sell, okay. Now I'm interested to take buy because of this reaction from the high, and I'm not gonna hold it for that buy side liquidity. Instead of that, this clean highs from 1 minute chart is enough for me for being profitable. If market can close above this last fair value gap, I am going to put my stop loss to the break even, this last fair value gap, okay. Here if you see, until here to here, 27 handle, okay, just forget about 27 handle. Maybe I target until here. I don't care about the stop loss actually, until here, okay. Not here. Just look at this 31 handle. Is it enough for being profitable? I look at how many handle I'm going to take, how many handle is gonna be my stop loss. I will put it over here now, just below this low. I should have done that before, but I was just waiting to see the reaction from the last parabolic gap, because the last parabolic gap reaction could send the price until the breakaway gap, because market was rejecting from the constant crossment of the last parabolic gap from 1 minute chart. When it closed above the constant crossment of the 1 minute last parabolic gap, I'm not expecting that market is coming until the breakaway gap. Yeah, it can fall one more time, there is nothing wrong with that. To trade this, see this down close body close candle, this is the order block, so it can reach until the order block one more time. There is nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not thinking that market is reaching until this breakaway gap. Even if I get stopped out, I'm just gonna take a very small loss. I believe it's gonna be just 5 handle, okay. I'm okay with that, the 5 handle, because this look like fake breakout, and I'm really afraid of that fake breakout. Yeah, that's all for explaining this one, but at the same time, please don't judge me by this entry. As I told, everything was depending on my phone, and I was blind, okay. So I just took a screenshot and I posted it to my Twitter. I asked that, is that a good time to look for buy, because I'm in blind. In my phone nothing is annotated, I don't know what is happening, how far it reached. So I just pushed my button, and later I have seen that everything was cool, so there is nothing wrong. So I believe that it should work, and it should reach until the buy side liquidity, at least until here. It can be, the order block can be retested, nothing wrong with that. My stop loss covered the constant crossment of the entry fair value gap and the min threshold of this order block. Okay, so this is the, I just covered the min threshold of this order block. I can't put it here to the break even until market closed above this last parabolic gap. If market can close above this last parabolic gap, I will be able to put my stop loss to the break even. Until then, I just can't do that. Okay, so let's wait and see if it. Still there is no sound. I mean, guys, is there no sound still? May I ask why you took the buy trade without the 15-minute? Guys, can't you hear me? Okay, so you can hear me. I thought that you can't hear me. Still, there is no sound. So the guy, Open Heart Ministry, did you find your answer? If you didn't find your answer yet, then please you have to watch the first part of my morning session. Okay, in my morning session, I told that this old last fab lookup, I can use this last fab lookup for framing my buy setup. How can I do that? I have seen that previously market has been rejected from the low and the constant encroachment. So these two part has been traded already. What is left? The left part is the high of this last parallel gap. The high of this last parallel gap. So over here you can look at the bodies. This candles rejected from the high. Okay, now wick went lower. I don't care. I just don't care. Bodies so beautiful. Okay, mark it to your chart and see how beautifully bodies has been rejected from the high of this last parallel gap. Okay, just look it from your chart. When I have seen that, I was expecting that, to be honest. At the morning session I told it beforehand. Okay, long time ago I told this, even before market started today's session. I told that before even it happened over here. I told that if it has been rejected from the high of the old last parallel gap, because the constant encroachment and the low has been traded already, these two level has been traded already. This time, if it is rejected from the high, I am able to frame a setup, a buy setup. After doing this, market has given me very nice market structure shift, entry parallel gap, last parallel gap, or the breakaway gap. This is the clean buy side liquidity. The way I'm explaining, look, it has been rejected from the low first. Okay, just look, it tapped to the last parallel gap low, came back again until the constant encroachment. How market is working, just okay, let me explain this two parallel gap. This is the last parallel gap. How do you know the reaction and the rejection? Just let me put it to the break even now, because it closed above this last parallel gap. Okay, so I put my stop loss to the break even now. For the first time it has been rejected to the low. What I'm expecting, market will go higher. I'm expecting market will go higher. So I don't want to see market will work the lower part of this parallel gap. The lower part will be untraded by bodies. Rejected from the low, reached until the constant encroachment. Little time, yeah, it went one candle just closed below this constant encroachment. I'm sorry for that. Sometimes perfection is, we are not going to get the perfection because of the current world situation. I'm not getting perfection. It's been a long, I don't get the perfection. This thing didn't happen in 2023, 2022, 2021. This event didn't happen. But now these days it's happening. What can I do, brother? I have just nothing to do. It is working with the upper portion. Next time it reached until the constant encroachment. Rejected from there. First low, then constant encroachment. Where did it reach? To the low, to the constant encroachment, tick by tick. Perfect. After trading these two parts, where market reached until the high here. Now if market really would love to go higher, it should not react it from the high, because if it start to react from the high, that means it has been rejecting from the three level. 1, 2, 3. This three level, that means market can reverse until this breakaway gap. I don't want to see the reaction, the rejection, the way I have seen it here. Look at over there. I don't want to see that around that area. I would love to see it will keep going higher. It's not going to react from the high. Let me know that it's clear to you. Okay, let me know that it's clear to you. I don't want to see it should react from the high. Still, it's reacting from the high. Look, it's reacting from the high. I don't want to see that. I would love to see it will rip through everything. Okay, it will leave this last parallel gap perfectly. I would love to see that. Now I will put my stop loss over here, cover this down close candle, because that is my propulsion block so far, around that area. So I will just put it over there. If I get stopped out, I'm okay with that, because I have already got, I'm not going to close my trade over there, but if I would closed it 35 handle, more than enough, man. I do that type of things when, if I need some money, for example, I just need $500, for example, in that type of situation, I actually trail my stop loss too fast. Either way, this is also too fast trailing stop loss. But here, I would love to hold it until this liquidity. If it can reach over here, perfect. I'll take the profit. But if it doesn't over there, instead of that, it hit me over here, I'll be stopped out. So far, it has been rejecting from the last fair value gap high. I don't want to see that. If it can make a bearish fair value gap over here, for example, if it make a bearish fair value gap around that, let me mark it. If I get stopped out, just I'll be stopped out. Okay, here, if it can make a bearish fair value gap over here, I would love to see it's going to work as an inversion fair value gap. What do I mean by that? That means, let me show you. Rejection from the high come until the low of this fair value gap. Made the bearish fair value gap, will go through this one, tap to this bearish fair value gap, boom. This is my expectation. If it happens, perfect. I got stopped out to the break even or whatever you say. If it happens, perfect. But this is the thing I don't like to see, the reaction from the high, because this reaction from the high is telling me that low reaction, market went lower. Constant encroachment reaction, market went lower. High reaction, market can break everything because market doesn't need to go back again over there. Just doesn't need to go over there again. So it can rip through everything and it can come back until this break again. This is how I actually work with my trade. And if I don't get it, I'll just let it go. By the way, this entry is not actually perfect entry, to be honest, because as I told, I was in my phone. There was nothing annotated to my phone. I have tweeted that, okay, in my Twitter. আব্বা, হ্যাঁ আব্বা, বাসায় কাজ শেষ হয়ে গেছে, 5-10 মিনিট পরে শেষ করে দেবো। তুই কই? তাই আচ্ছা, হচ্ছে। So, and yeah, but guys, at the same time, just don't forget about the time. As I told, this is just before the lunch hour. And yeah, this is not a perfect setup because a reaction should be done very soon. From here to here, it's too long. I know that market is going to take that buy side liquidity, but when it is going to do that, I don't know that because this is very near for the lunch hour. So it can spend more time over here. This is called time distortion. And if what you need to learn is the how to use this last parallel gap. This is all you need to learn. If I just learn these things, I used the same logic over here. Low reaction, constant encroachment reaction, market structure shift, force the market until this last parallel gap. Now I closed it. I told you why I closed it over here. I closed it over here, okay, not here to that below that candle. But I told in my life that I'm expecting it will reach until this parallel gap. Then what happened? Rejection from the constant encroachment, tap to the high, went higher one more time. Where did it go? Last parallel gap over there, around that area. Now maybe it has traded another thing from the higher time frame. I don't know. But look at the reaction, the way it reacted. Went lower from this 50-minute last parallel gap. Constant low rejection, constant encroachment rejection, high rejection. Market went higher. Now it is falling. Can I frame a sell setup now? This is the time where I am unable to frame a sell setup now. Why? Because market has already taken the sell side liquidity. This is the last parallel gap has been traded already. It has been traded already. So what market left? The buy side liquidity. I'm expecting only the buy until this last parallel gap is not broken. If it is broken from 15-minute chart, then only then I'll be able to frame the sell. Until then, I'm just unable to frame any buy setup. Sorry, sell setup. Here everything I'm seeing the reaction from here to until this breakaway gap or the last parallel gap from 1 week chart. Just expected this reaction perfectly traced until that area. I will try to frame another buy setup now. I mean, if I get any opportunity, I'm only able to look for buy now. I can't look for the sell. But brother, if it keep going lower and actually it went through, I mean, take the sell side liquidity, I'll be able only to take sell if and only if market break this 15-minute last parallel gap. Then I'll be able to frame sell setup. Until then, I will just keep looking for buy until this buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart. This time, this last parallel gap is not going to hold. Low has been traded, constant and crossment has been traded. This time, market will go through this parallel gap. Okay, so yeah, that's all for the fair value gap, guys. I'm trying to make it so simple. I don't know by this how am I making it more complicated or not. Remember over here, what did I say? Last fair value gap. Remember? Just let me mark it. Okay, guys, I have to go out actually. My uncle is waiting. I will make a video around the PM session if I am able. Okay, so I'm sorry for this short notice out. I'll talk to you later. Okay, until then, cheers.